Welcome to the debut of Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. I'm Bob Papa. The Giants kicking off Training Camp 2024. We got a big show lined up for you. We're going to hear from Brian Burns and Malik Nabers, but what better way to kick it off than with the head coach of the New York Football Giants, Brian Daboll. And Coach, you go through all this work in the offseason, all this preparation. How good is it to finally get on the field and do what you do, coach football, and have practices?
Yeah, it's great. Looking forward to it. Guys come back in shape, ready to go. We got to build on the foundation that we laid back in OTAs, but certainly an exciting time for us. Looking forward to it.
Coach, obviously, whether you win the Super Bowl or you don't, no team comes back the same. There are always changes within the roster. You have a lot of new faces, like on the offensive line with Runyon and Illuminor. How do you integrate these new players in?
Yeah, well, you got to do a good job with your culture and with the people that you've had here to kind of lay out, this is how we've done things in the past. They're good additions, they're good people, and they're going to find their way around. If you're a good football player that does right on and off the field, that's how that culture, that's how that team kind of comes together. We got work at doing that, but we've certainly got the right guys.
What about the rookie class and what you've seen from them in the offseason? Now, obviously, starting with training camp, things get sped up,
Sure.
And there's games and then the regular season. How have they absorbed life as a pro to this point?
Yeah, they've done everything we've asked them to do. We all know being a rookie your first year is not the easiest thing. You have to do a lot of things off the field as well as learn new things on the field. But, up to this point, they've done everything that they can possibly do to try to put themselves in good position for training camp.
Brian Burns, obviously you had an opportunity to bring him in. What's impressed you? We know what shows on tape, but as you've gotten to work with him a little bit and embark upon this journey, what's impressed you the most about him?
Hey, he's an excellent teammate, very talented player, and we'll see that when the pads come on here too. But an excellent teammate, does right by his guys, by his outside linebacker room, by the entire defense. Has good leadership traits. Pleasure to be around. Always has juice. Heck of a player, heck of a person.
I want to talk about Bobby Okereke, who played every snap for you last year on the defensive side of the ball. How unusual is it for a guy to come in year one and do what he did and kind of take on this leadership, mentorship role?
Yeah, I don't know the numbers of how many guys have done that, but
I think there were only 3 guys in the entire league last year.
Yeah, one of them was X, one of them was Bobby.
Right.
But just coming to a new team and learning new things, learning a new system, he's really a centerpiece for us in the middle and a great communicator for the front end, for the back end. I think all of his teammates, his coaches really respect the type of person he is and also the type of player. So happy we have him. Looking for some good things from him in our new defensive scheme.
Obviously, Daniel Jones' season got cut short by injury last year. Have you been impressed with what you've seen as far as his ability to come back from what he's coming back from?
Yeah, he's a pretty consistent person. He's been that way since I've met him. So, the rehab that he has put in, the time, the effort, the energy, he's a very disciplined individual. He's done everything he can do to put himself in position to be ready to go here for training camp. I know he's excited about, coming back out here and being able to do team reps and things like that. But, his consistency is unique in terms of the things that he does, the approach that he has. So looking forward to getting started with him.
Coach, obviously there were some changes on the coaching staff. What's it like as you go into camp? Now, you've worked with the guys, obviously, during the offseason, but now you get into training camp, kind of learning about their nuances.
You have a lot of confidence in those guys that have stayed, and also the pieces that we've added. Excellent teammates, very good communicators. It's been a very good transition with not just the new guys, but the old people that we've had here. Feel very good about the chemistry of our staff.
Final question, and this is for the fans out there. What's the identity that you want the 2024 New York Giants to have?
Yeah, we're gonna develop that through training camp. We're gonna try to be a smart, tough team that plays well under pressure. But we have a lot of work to do. There's, talking about it and expectations and rankings and all those things haven't really. I've been in this league 24 years. They haven't been a reason for a winning season or a losing season. You got to put the work in. You got to come together. You got to be able to fight through adversity. And like the people we have on our staff and our players.
Coach, we appreciate a couple minutes. Best of luck with this camp.
You got it. Thanks, Bob.
That's New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll. We're just getting started on the program. When we come back, we'll hear from one of the new Giants, Brian Burns, and more on Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. Welcome back to Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. In the offseason, the Giants added a big piece to their defense in the acquisition of Brian Burns, who had a chance to visit with Shaun O'Hara.
Hey Giants fans, Shaun O'Hara here with Brian Burns, one of the Giants' newest free agent acquisitions this offseason, the trade, the contract, all of that happened. But more importantly, you're bringing some superior talents to this Giants defense. Tell us what it's been like becoming a New York Giant, and also with Shane Bowen, this new defensive coordinator. How do you feel like you're going to fit in this scheme?
It's been great so far. The transition's been smooth. I love the city. I love getting around, seeing new things, experiencing new things. The team is awesome. The staff is awesome. And, being around Shane, he has a real attack mindset. He's going to let the 4 guys up front eat. We just have to earn our right to rush, So it's all on us to, build that trust within him, and he's going to give us the opportunities.
Well, I know you're hungry to prove it. So this interview, I want to really kind of just dive into some of the technique as a defensive end, as a pass rusher. So obviously in football terminology, there's different ways to align. And in alignment, there's a 5 technique, a 7 technique, and a 9 technique. Can you just show us the difference? I'll stand right here, say I'm the left tackle. Okay. A 5 technique, where are you lined up as a 5 technique?
5 technique, you're really about 1 foot outside his outside foot. You want to be kind of tight, but not too tight where you can get reached, but just enough to be right on them. So that's where I'll be in the 5 technique, depending on the scheme or depending on what I'm getting, throughout the game. Or it also depends on my D tackle. So if I have a 3, I can widen out a little bit because I know he has that gap taken care of. But when if I have a 1, let's say a A-gap player, I probably want to be a little bit tighter because I have to condense this gap.
Gotcha. So now we're talking about an open formation right here, no tight end, nobody on the end man of line. Now if there's a tight end here, 7 technique is inside eye of the tight end.
Inside eye of the tight end.
And then there's a 9 technique, and then there's also a wide 9 technique. So now pretend I'm the tight end. What is a wide 9 technique, and why would you use that?
Wide 9 is more for just like straight passing down, 3rd and 15, money down. It's time to eat. You don't really want to waste too much time playing with the tight end because he could chip you if you're too tight. So if you're wide enough, if he still comes to chip you, you're taking him out of his route. He's going to get to his route late, which will affect the quarterback. But also, he doesn't really want to chip you in the first place. So you want to get to your wide 9, it creates space, and then you got a beeline to the quarterback. You can really beat that tackle out of his stance to the quarterback.
Right, so better angle for you.
Better angle for sure.
All right, so just to regurgitate, even on a passing down, you're not just getting at the quarterback. You're disrupting the tight end in his pass route, which helps out your linebackers.
Yeah, there's many ways. So I've been dealing with chips for the past couple of years, and I got a true gem from a long-time great. And he was just saying, if that tight is going to go out his way to chip you, make that down hell for him. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So next time he's not going to want to chip you, and you also disrupts the timing of the quarterback.
All right, so get a good jam on him, right?
Nah, put him in the dirt.
Put him down.
Yeah. Forget the rush. Just put him in the dirt. You feel me?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it. It's great. So, all right, let's talk a little technique now. What's the ghost move?
The ghost is pretty much set up off of a hesitation to the power step. So if I'm coming from, this is the wide 9 we were talking about. If I'm coming from back here, there's plenty of times I can come and I can give a little hezzy, which will settle his feet.
Right.
And then as he punches, I ghost him.
You're underneath it.
Yeah, it's now you see me, now you don't.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of the move I'm talking
Swayze, a little bit, a little Swayze on there.
Something slight.
So that hezzy move, right? He's talking about the hesitation. So as I'm going to set, we'll go like half speed. So as a tackle, all right, now I got this wide guy. I'm thinking, oh man, this guy's so wide. He's jumping the count, so I got to really get back. So he was talking about tackles sometimes try to jump the count. So I'm now trying to beat him to that spot. So boom, as I kick back, I'm going so fast. Now he hesitates. Now I stop my feet, right?
Yep.
So that hesitation move, I'm kick slide. And once I feel like you're going to gauge, I stop my feet.
Yep.
And now it shortens the corner for
and
me,
when
right?
he punches, you're really just trying to get under this hand.
And you're going to rip it. You're going to kind of rip too, right?
You step through. Yep.
The ghost move. I like it.
It's one of the best moves I did against the Saints.
All right, so now you've got some new teammates, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence. What's it been like kind of working with them already?
It's been great so far. Me and Dex knew each other coming out of high school because we went to all these little camps and whatnot together. And me and Tibbs been getting pretty close since I've been here. we only work out together, and we've been pushing each other. So I like the competition we got going on so far.
That's great. I like that kind of dynamic duo on the edge. And you and Dex, yeah, you guys were drafted like literally back to back.
Right, yeah, I went and then Dex went.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, listen, I know we're looking forward to some of the sacks. Can you give us a little sneak peek? Do you have something special for us when you get your first sack as a New York Giant? Got anything planned?
Well, obviously, I'm just gonna hit the Spider-Man the first time. That has to be a stamp. That has to be stamped. So that'll be the first one. But the second one is gonna be a little different. It's a little taste. It's an old movie. I can say that.
All right, looking forward to that Spider-Man special.
You know that.
Can't wait. Brian, thanks so much for the time. Looking forward to seeing you out there. I know Giants fans can't wait to see that Spider-Man.
For sure, appreciate you.
Hopefully it's with a ghost move. All right.
While Burns certainly has proven playmaking ability, the Giants in the draft added a guy that's going to help on the offensive side of the ball. We'll talk to him next and much more here on Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. Welcome back to Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens as the Giants getting ready for the 2024 season. And we're joined by Giants first-round draft pick Malik Nabers. So you get drafted by the Giants and you get into the facility. What are some of the things that you've learned about being a professional?
I mean, it's just the same thing as I've been doing through college. Be on time, be prepared when you come in the building. When you go home, make sure you study, be on point for the next day. So it's basically the same thing.
So in that time between June and the start of camp, what was your schedule like to kind of relax, take some time off, but also to kind of get ready for what you're facing?
Right, take some time off, let my mind ease through the draft process, just, take a little bit of time to myself. But, the work always continues. So, through those days, I was also, getting a workout and staying in shape, going over my playbook. Just make sure when I come back out here, the training camp, I was going to be ready.
All right, so the Giants draft you out of LSU.
Right.
They've had some outstanding LSU wide receivers in the past, and LSU has a great reputation for producing them. Is there a little friendly competition with the LSU guys about who's going to do what?
It's like a little silent competition. You always want to, come in the league, do some tremendous things when you get here. But it's always that Louisiana battle that we have, just to show our dog when we out there on the field, show how much we love to play the sport. Bring our culture to the league. You see Jets dancing, Jamar and them dancing. So, bring our culture to the league, try to, make the league more funner.
Let's talk a little bit about your acclimation to the New York metropolitan area.
Right.
Obviously, you're going on visits, you're meeting with teams, you wind up getting drafted by the Giants. You've had time to acclimate. What are some of the things about being here that have really been cool for you?
I would say the city, going to Manhattan, seeing the lights, seeing, it is what they say, the city never sleeps. I see kids out there late at night. I know for sure I wasn't outside when the streets got on, but just seeing the city, introduced to all the food. They have a lot of, food spots out here. And, people, it's just so nice out here. It's a beautiful city.
For the Giant fans watching, what's one of the best attributes about you as a player?
I would say probably my body control. I'm able to catch the ball anywhere that the ball is being placed. Speed, ability to just think. I mean, when I'm out there on the field, I don't know, it's like it's a spider type that I have. I'm able to see where the defense is at, knowing where the defense is when I get the ball in my hands. I'm able to break tackles, after the catch, I'm at my best. So I think the Giants fans should be, happy to see me this season.
In this camp, the Giants are going to have some joint practices with the Lions as an example. Are you also looking forward to seeing your game going against other teams as well?
Right. I just want to see, how to react to the league, I'm going to always continue to be who I am, play at my ability, but, it's always good going against the competition.
All right, we know Coach Daboll is a big Kenny Chesney fan. You're all in on Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
How did that start, and, what attracted you to Morgan and his style?
I think it's probably the song I heard. I think it was Chasing You. It was probably the first song that I heard from Morgan. I'm like, all right, this is cool. Then I heard him do a song with Lil Durk. And I'm like, all right, he can spit a little bit. So I went check out his music, and then I was like, all right, cool. I could vibe to this, by myself. And I don't bring in the wrong people, but by myself, I could vibe with that by myself.
So have you and Coach Daboll had any country music conversations yet?
We had when we out there on training camp. When we was out there on rookie mini camp, he's like, yeah, this day, yeah, you need to get on. So I was like, all right, I'm not there yet. I'm still into my Morgan. So I'm going to take a step forward and, getting the Luke Combs I'm into a little bit. I missed the concert. I had a lot going on at the time, but yeah, I most definitely got to get to a concert.
So you're going to get a chance to get out there, start competing. How do you sort of mentally prepare yourself for this grind that you're facing here over the next few weeks?
It's basically just lock in, turn the phones off, turn the internet off. You're going to see a lot of you, posting about yourself, hoping to, do this stuff this season. But it's all about locking into, your preparation. Nobody knows you like you. So just continue to be who I am, come out here, work extra hard, learn the playbook wherever, I can be placed anywhere. And that's really all.
Malik, we appreciate a couple minutes. Good luck here in training camp 2024.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Malik Nabers taking a couple minutes to join us. Still much more to come on the program, including sights and sounds of the start of training camp here on the Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. Welcome back to Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens. Well, training camp is now underway for the Big Blue. Let's give you a little taste of day one with sights and sounds.
Time to clock in and lock in, baby. Let's ride.
We're happy that today's here. We get to start our first practice and start competing out to see what our team is going to look like in 24.
Have a lot of new faces. We've added some veteran guys to the group, trying to take it up a notch a year with my play and my leadership. I'm excited to be back. I love football, and it's the best time of the year.
Felt good to be back out there playing 11 on 11. Kept the ball moving forward and stayed out of negative plays. So first day, we're all kind of getting our feet underneath us. So build on it and go from there.
Continue to build this thing, and best 11 on offense, best 11 in defense, what they do well, that's what we'll accentuate, and that's what we'll build around.
I know they're hungry. They work really hard at trying to pick up everything. And excited to see these young guys battle it out. Have a lot of confidence in the people in our room. Excited about getting started.
The Giants are certainly excited and poised and ready for a fun 2024 season. That wraps it up for this week's show. Make sure you stay locked in to MSG throughout training camp for updates on the New York Football Giants as they prepare for the 2024 season. For our entire crew, I'm Bob Papa. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Giants Training Camp Preview presented by Citizens.